Hey guys, what's up? It's the Rookie Revolution, and today I'm taking a look at some more loopholes. I made 3 of these videos before, and I thought I honestly covered all of the big ones, but Spies, Lies, and Allies came around and introduced a whole lot more. Spoiler alert, a lot of these are from Spies, Lies, and Allies, but I have a few other seasons mixed in here. Before I get started, if you don't know what a loophole is, it's basically a really outside of the box strategy that you can apply that most would not think of. A unique way of doing something to bypass many of the normal difficulties. Kind of like the Sea Cave recon mission where Kyle made Amanda jump first so he could make sure he wouldn't die.
I'm terrified.
I'm a mom at home, and I didn't think I was gonna have to be a mom to my partner.
I'm so terrified. Another shining moment in Kyle's challenge career.
Or Kyle making Amanda lift the heavy safe on the compromised Taylor. Just joking, that's just Kyle being a dick.
Not that heavy.
Kyle hands me the safe, and yeah, moms are superheroes, but I cannot carry this on my own, Kyle.
So without further ado, let's begin.
So I'm gonna go ahead and take the money and run, TJ.
I'll win every fight.
Rookie Revolution.
This is a game!
So the first loophole we have today is from the Daily Diamond Dash. And this daily was in 2 stages, and the whole first stage was just how the ruby, emerald, and sapphire cells were formed, and that whole part's not relevant to this loophole. What is relevant is the second stage, where you and your team need to use sledgehammers to break a bunch of cinder blocks and place the broken pieces into a cage to weigh down a platform, which would give you a diamond and let you win the daily. So on the cage, there were these grates that were very little, so in everyone's minds, you had to smash these cinder blocks into practically rubble so it would go inside the cage. But Devin came up with the idea to not spend so much time smashing the cinder blocks, but to use the bigger pieces to put on top of the cage. Because either way, it will weigh it down. And it's just a way faster solution.
Here, give me some of the big ones. Just to weigh it down on.
We can use the weight of the cinder block on top of the grid to get it down to a point where everybody can put stones in. That's the plan. You got to get that thing down because 12 hands are better than 2.
Put all these off the top.
His idea worked and the cage instantly released their diamond. I will say Devin bragging about finding this loophole like he does it all the time I found a bit weird because I can't recall many other times he's found them like how Bananas and CT always do, but that's just me.
One of my biggest strengths is being able to look at a game and analyze the most efficient way to do it.
Work smarter, not harder. Leave it up to Devin to find a loophole.
Next up, we have the episode 17 daily, Dead Drop. And now this one is very interesting for a reason I will talk about in a second, but the way this daily works is essentially players of one team go across a balance beam to retrieve a capsule while the opposing team launches obstacles their way. It's pretty straightforward. CT with his experience though, instead of just letting the obstacles knock him down, he would actually grab them to balance himself. And not only that, he would actually launch them back to his competitors, which in my opinion is absolutely genius. This strategy allowed CT to not fall once, and he won the daily with this strategy.
Right now, he's figured out you too can use these bombs to your advantage. You can hold on to them. You can throw them back at people. This is going to be a problem.
I'm not even thinking about what I'm gonna do. I'm just reacting, trying to keep my balance and move forward and give my best Kung Fu Panda impersonation while I'm up there.
Now, what's baffling to me is that none of the cast members except a little bit of Logan copied CT's strategy when CT went first. It really shows you what a low tier cast this really is. Now, what's interesting is that they did pretty much this exact daily on the Gauntlet 3, but if you touch the obstacles, you would get DQ'd.
My hand touches the rope and I get DQ'd. Bull call.
So I wonder why they didn't apply that rule this time, but it made for an awesome loophole. Also, quick shout out to Amanda's loophole of jumping in the water and not attempting to climb back up the ladder so she wouldn't even have to attempt it. Genius.
What the hell? Amanda, you're not even close to running the final. You can't even get up the ladder. That's a joke. Get up.
Taking a little break from Spies, Lies, and Allies, we got one from the new All-Stars 2 season called Around the Block. And the way this daily worked is 2 teams of 11 have a 2-stage puzzle they need to complete, but they first need to gather all of the pieces. In the first stage, they are just scattered around a trail, but in the second stage, all of the pieces are in a cenote, which they obviously have to swim out to get. Now, Jody came up with a strategy to take extra time in her turn to gather all of the pieces to the dock, so none of her other teammates would even have to go in the water.
Our goal is just to push all the pieces as close to the edge so nobody else even has to get in in the water. And even if it takes a couple extra minutes, I know it's gonna save us more time in the end.
Jody is a freaking beast. I mean, kudos to you, Jody. I didn't even think to do that. All I was thinking about was not drowning.
This took a little extra time as the pieces are very heavy, and this completely gassed Jody out, but in the end, it saved them a lot of time, and they didn't win the daily, but Jody's move was really smart. She contributed more to the whole challenge than Ayana's attempt to be the leader the whole time.
Do not bicker with anybody trying to unpack why that person is wrong. We excuse me, we're doing exactly what will get us to be losing, which means one of you will go home today.
We don't really know a plan other than that we're gonna do this with a smile on our face or suffer the wrath of Ayana.
Good job, everybody.
Moving back to Spies, Lies, and Allies, we have another little one from Bombshell Battle, and the way this daily worked is each pair must retrieve 4 of their colored balls from a mud pit, and after that they get a silver ball, which the amount of silver balls decrease every round. So in the first round, Ed started to throw all of his team's colored balls over to him and Ashley's side so that she wouldn't have to wrestle anyone or really waste any energy, and he wouldn't have to go back to the center, pretty much getting everything done right away.
Ed throws all of our bombs over towards our side. We are playing smarter, not harder.
This strategy carried over the whole daily and everyone started doing it. It's a very little loophole-ish type strategy, but one I thought that was worth mentioning at least. Moving back to All-Stars 2, we have a loophole that doesn't come from a challenge or elimination. This comes from a voting strategy. On All-Stars 2, the winners of the challenge nominate 4 people, 2 guys and 2 girls. But there is a twist in this season called the Life Shield, which the 2 previous elimination winners hold. Before the nominations are set in stone, the Life Shield holders can veto a name off the board to keep them safe. Now, Nehemiah was targeting Derek in this certain week, and Steve and Casey won the challenge. So Nehemiah basically planned with Steve to put up the 2 Life Shield winners as nominees so they would be forced to use it on themselves, letting the winners of the daily replace them with their actual targets with no worry that they could be saved. Basically, this loophole makes the powerful Life Shield absolutely useless. Now, I think this is genius, although this is a very powerful loophole that I doubt production thought through.
Jody and Kahana have a Life Shield. They are going to protect the 3-headed monster. So the way to do that is to throw them people first that we know they're going to protect, so now they can't use their Life Shield.
I thought they would use it for themselves though, right?
They could, and that might be a way to go.
Can we put Kahana and Jody up first and they use Life Shield on themselves, and then I can put Derek in?
You brainiac.
Oh, I see what you guys did. I mean, I'm obviously gonna save myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
What?
Now I have one more from Spies, Lies, and Allies, and it's from the elimination Burning Bridges. The way this elimination worked was the players climb a platform and ring a bell, then put a plank on their bridge trail until they get 16 of them. It's a pure endurance elimination, and climbing and jumping can take the air out of you really quickly. Now, this is a loophole that wasn't even aired on the show. I heard this on the Death, Taxes, and Bananas podcast with Josh. When him and Kyle were playing, they would just get so gassed out that Kyle thought of an idea to give them a break. He would jump and hold on to the bell to break it so production would have to stop the elimination to fix the bell. I consider this to be a loophole. I don't know if everyone else would, but come on, how smart is that to literally break an elimination so you can catch your breath? I don't know, I just find this hilarious.
There was little things like that where it was like, at one point Kyle holds the bell to catch a breather. Jumps, Kyle move, everybody start. I'm exhausted, I bust out laughing. I was like, I know you fucking did not. Just jumps, holds the bell, and they pause, breaks the bell. They pause the whole game for like 10 minutes. I'm like, bro, I'm like, keep this shit going. I'm like, let's keep it going.
Take this one as you will. It's probably not going to be considered a loophole by everyone, but I've been rewatching Battle of the Sexes too, and I just have to mention this. The way the junk boat challenge worked is basically there's a pile of trash and you have to build a boat. However you do it is fair game, but the boat has to float and you need to do 2 laps in the water with it. Now, this loophole was brought on by Coral and Robin, and what they did was use some of their T-Mobile sidekicks to call for outside help on how to build a boat.
There's a bunch of them. Yeah, there's a couple big, there's like one big one.
Okay, so styrofoam and then plywood on top of the styrofoam.
Are we allowed to call for outside assistance?
Yes.
I mean, it is cheating if I'm being honest, but it worked So no harm, no foul, and they won. It's just crazy to see how much the challenge has changed over the years. So these are all the loopholes I could gather up for this video. I know some of these aren't as awesome or as intricate as some of the other parts loopholes, but I'm looking at the newer ones and some of the more unknown ones. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Social media links are in the description, and until next time, take care.